Good morning, students. How are you all? బాగా చదువుతున్నారా ఎగ్జామ్స్కు? బాగా చదివి సెకండ్ ఇయర్ కంప్లీట్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకే, దెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఈజీ ఫర్ యూ ఫర్ స్టడీయింగ్ థర్డ్ ఇయర్. Okay, today my class is on Mental Health Act. Mental Health Act means this act it will deals with the treatment, care, and protection of the rights of the mentally ill clients. This act it will consisting of the 10 chapters. Each chapter it will deals regarding the terminology, admission, discharge procedure, and protection of the rights of the person and protection of their property and management of the uh, expenses of the person and policies and procedures related to the admission and discharges. This all will deals uh, with this act. Then coming to the history of this Mental Health Act, if you'll see the history, Mental Health Act was drafted by the Parliament in 1987, came into effect in all the states and union territories of India in April 1993. It replaces the Indian Lunacy Act. Before this Mental Health Act, there will be one act present for caring of the mentally ill clients. It will be consisting of only 8 chapters. That is the year of 1912. It was um, uh, the act was amended. That is Lunacy Act. This Mental Health Act it was replaces the Lunacy Act, which had earlier. This Lunacy Act it was replaced the Indian Lunatic Asylum Act of the 1858. Then definitions of the Act. About the Mental Health Act, an act to consolidate and amend the law relating to the treatment and care of mentally ill persons to make better provision with respect to their property and affairs and for matters connected to their uh, with or incidental thereto. Salient features of Mental Health Act. Mental Health Act is divided into 10 chapters consisting of 98 sections. These 10 chapters, first one is deals with the preliminaries of the Act, and chapter 2 deals with establishment of the mental health authorities at central and state levels. Then chapter 3 deals with the establishment and maintenance of the psychiatric hospitals and nursing homes. Chapter 4 deals with the procedures of admission and detention of the mentally ill in psychiatric hospitals. Chapter 5 it deals with the inspection, discharge, leave or absence and removal of the mentally ill persons. Chapter 6 it deals with the judicial inquisition regarding alleged mentally ill persons possessing property and its management. Chapter 7 it deals with the maintenance of mentally ill persons in a psychiatric hospital or psychiatric nursing homes. Chapter 8 it deals with the protection of human rights of the mentally ill persons. Chapter 9 it deals with the penalties and procedures uh, for guidelines of the act. Then chapter 10 it deals with the miscellaneous matters not covered in other chapters of the act. Then objectives of the Mental Health Act 1987 to establish central and state authorities for licensing and supervising the psychiatric hospitals, to establish such psychiatric hospitals and nursing homes, to provide a check on working of these hospitals, to provide for the custody of mentally ill persons who are unable to look after themselves and are dangerous for themselves and are others, to protect the society from dangerous manifestations of mentally ill, to regulate processes of admission and discharge of the mentally ill persons, to safeguard the rights of these detained individuals, to protect citizens from being detained unnecessarily, to provide the maintenance charges of the mentally ill, to provide legal aid to poor mentally ill criminal at state expenses, to change offensive terminologies of Indian Lunacy Act to new soother ones. Okay, these are all the objectives of the Mental Health Act. Then coming to the chapter 1, this chapter 1 it deals with the preliminaries, that is terminologies related to the Mental Health Act, that is those terminologies are district code. District code means a city civil code, the principal civil code of the original jurisdiction, or any other civil code competent to deal with all or any of the matter specialized in this act, that is called as district court. Then inspecting officer means a person authorized by the state government or by the licensing authority to inspect any psychiatric hospital or psychiatric nursing home. That means a person authorized by the state government to inspect the psychiatric hospitals or nursing homes. Then license. License means getting the permission for starting of the any psychiatric hospital or nursing home. This means a license granted under Section 8. Then licensee means that the holder of the license. That means the person who is having the license. Then magistrate. Metropolitan magistrate, the chief judicial magistrate, subdivisional judicial magistrate, or such other judicial magistrate of the first class. Okay. Then medical officer. Medical officer means a gazetted medical officer in the service of the government. Then mentally ill person means a person who is in need of treatment by person of any mental disorder other than mental retardation. Then minor person who has not completed the age of 18 years, we will call it as minor. Then mentally ill prisoner is a mentally ill person ordered for detention in a psychiatric hospital, jail, or other places of safe custody. The person who is mentally ill and he was a prisoner. He was need for the treatment in the psychiatric hospital. Then psychiatric hospital or nursing home. Hospital or nursing home established or maintained by the government or any other person for the treatment and care of mentally ill. These are all the terms. It was changed from the previous lunatic act to a present mental health act. That new terms are the this asylum was changed into a psychiatric hospital or nursing home. That lunatic previously that mentally ill clients so they used to call it as lunatic. But present we are calling it as mentally ill person. Then in uh, previously we used to call the mentally ill prisoner as a criminal lunatic. These are all the new terms and previous used terms. Then chapter 2, it deals with the mental health authorities. Um, Mainly uh, deals with the procedures for establishment of the mental health authorities at central and state levels. Central authority, central authority, shall be subjected to the supervision, direction, and control of the central government. Shall be in charge of regulation, development, direction, and coordination with respect to mental health services under the central government. Supervise the psychiatric hospitals and psychiatric nursing homes and other mental health service agencies under the control of the central government. Advise the central government on all matters relating to the mental health. Okay, and that is about the roles and responsibilities of the central government. It will supervise, direct, and control the central government, and it will they will give the advices for the matters relating to the mental health in on behalf of the central authority. Then coming to the state authority. State authority shall be subjected to supervision, direction, and control of the state government, shall be in charge of regulation, development, direction, and coordination with respect to mental health services under the state government, supervise the psychiatric hospitals and psychiatric nursing homes and other mental health service agencies under the control of the state government, advise the state government on all matters relating to the mental health. These are the responsibilities of the State Mental Health Authority. Then chapter 3. This chapter 3, it will deal with the psychiatric hospitals and psychiatric nursing homes. It lays down the guidelines for establishment and maintenance of the psychiatric hospitals and nursing homes, and provision for licensing authorities to process application for the license. The central government may establish or maintain psychiatric hospitals or psychiatric nursing home. The admission and care of mentally ill persons. Separate psychiatric hospitals and psychiatric nursing homes may be established or maintained for those who are under the age of 16 years, those who are addicted to alcohol or other drugs which leads to behavioral changes on a person, those who have been convicted of any offense. Then license. License means no person shall be established or maintain a psychiatric hospital or psychiatric nursing home without license unless the holds a valid license granted to him by central government or state government. That means any without license the person should not be allowed to run any nursing home or hospital. Application for license, that means how to get the license. A person who intended to establish or maintain a psychiatric hospital or psychiatric nursing home shall, unless the said person already holds a valid license, make an application to the licensing authority for the grant of the license. They have to apply for the getting the license. Duration and renewal of the license. A license shall not be transferable or heritable. That means it will not be transferable to the one person to the another person, and it should not be heritable also. That means if the parents are having children, should not carry it. Every license shall, unless revoked earlier, be valid for a period of 5 years from the date on which it is granted. Only it will be valid for the 5 years. Before expiry of the date, again they have to apply for the new license. Then chapter 4, it will deal with the admission and detention in psychiatric hospital. That means admission and keeping and discharge of the persons in the mentally ill clients in the psychiatric hospital. These admissions will be on voluntary basis, admission under special circumstances, and reception order. Voluntary basis means patients themselves voluntarily they will come for the admitting and getting treatment in the hospital. And admission under special circumstances means some patients they are not in a state of taking decision to take the treatment because of the unsoundness of the mind. In these conditions, some people, friends or family members or police or medical officers, they will admit the person by uh, applying the application for the admission. Then reception order, this is also one type of the admission. Then admission, let me discuss about the different types of the admissions, that is admission on voluntary basis. This voluntary basis admission will be done request by measure for admission as voluntary patient. The person who has completed 18 years, they can apply for the request by for the admission for getting treatment, and request by the guardian for admission for a ward. And regulation with respect to voluntary patient. On receipt of a request, the medical officer in charge shall make an inquiry within a period of 24 hours, and if he is satisfied, he may admit such application as a voluntary patient. This voluntary admission, how it will be done means by request of the person, the medical officer in charge, he will inquire the person within a 24 hours. If he will satisfy that person is having the mental illness, then he will admit the person in the psychiatric hospital. Every voluntary patient admitted shall be bound to abide by regulations as may be made by the medical officers. The persons who is admitted on the voluntary basis, they have to follow the rules and regulations of the medical officer. Then discharge of the voluntary patients. After admission, after recovery from the illness, they have to discharge. How have to discharge to that voluntary patients? Let me see. The medical officer in charge on a request made in that behalf by any voluntary patient by the guardian if he is a minor. If anyone want to discharge after recovery, they have to make a request to the medical officer by the voluntary patient, otherwise any guardian for discharge. Discharge the patient within 24 hours of the receipt of such request. If medical officer in charge is satisfied that the discharge will not be in the interest of the patient, he shall within 72 hours of a request um, constitute a board consisting of two medical officers and seek its opinion. If the board is of the opinion that patient needs further treatment, medical officer should continue his treatment for a period not exceeding 90 days at a time. Okay, if the medical officer he will satisfies that person can discharge means he can discharge. Otherwise, if he have any doubt, they will appoint the board of consisting of the two medical officers. They will assess the inquiry and do the assessment to that person within 72 hours. If they are not satisfying the person condition is not good to discharge, again they will continue the treatment for the up to 90 days. It should not be continued more than 90 days at a time. Then admission under special circumstances. Any mentally ill person who does not or is unable to express his willingness for admission because of the lack of insight or psychotic state may be admitted and kept as an inpatient in a psychiatric hospital, and an application made in that behalf by a relative or a friend of the mentally ill persons. If the medical officer in charge is satisfied that in the interest of the mentally ill persons it is necessary so to do. And then reception order. Application for reception order. An application for a reception order may be made by the medical officer in charge, the spouse or other relative of the mentally ill. Where a medical officer in charge is satisfied that the treatment in the psychiatric hospital is required to be continued for more than 6 months, it is in the interest of the health and safety of the mentally ill person or for the protection of others. The application is to be made to magistrate within the local limits of jurisdiction of the psychiatric hospital. Every application shall be signed and verified the prescribed manner. Shall be accompanied by two medical certificates from two medical practitioners of whom one shall in the service of the government category. Duties of police officers in respect of certain mentally ill persons. Every officer in charge of the police station may take into protection any person found wandering within the limits of his station whom he believes to be mentally ill and incapable of taking care of himself and is injurious by the reason of mental illness. No person shall be detained without being informed his relatives or friends, if any. Every person shall be produced before the nearest magistrate within a period of 24 hours. Admission after inquisition. If any district court holding an inquisition regarding any person who is found to be mentally ill, by order such person shall be admitted and kept as an inpatient in a psychiatric hospital. Admission and detention of mentally ill prisoner. An order under Section 30 of the Prisoners Act, Section 330 or Section 335 of the Code of Criminal Procedures 1993 73, directing the reception of a mentally ill shall be sufficient authority for the admission of such person into any psychiatric hospital. Chapter 5. Inspection, discharge, leave or absence and removal of mentally ill persons. That means this chapter 5 it will deal the inspection of the mental health hospitals or nursing homes and discharge or leave or absence and removal of the mentally ill persons from the hospitals. Then coming to the inspection, not less than 3 visitors shall at least once in every month make a giant inspection of every part of the psychiatric hospital, shall enter in a book kept for the purpose such remarks as they deem appropriate in regard to the management and condition. The visitor shall not be entitled to inspect any personal records of an inpatient of confidential nature. Discharge. Discharge by medical officer, discharge on application, discharge on request, and discharge of person subsequently found on inquisition to be of sound mind. These are all the types of discharges. Then, first one is the discharge by the medical officers. That means how that medical officer they will discharge the mentally ill clients. On the recommendation of two medical practitioners, one of whom shall preferably by a psychiatrist, by order in writing the medical officer shall direct the discharge of any person from the psychiatric hospital other than a voluntary patient. Then discharge on application. Any person detained in a psychiatric hospital under an order and in pursuance of an application shall be discharged on an application made in that behalf to the medical officer in charge, provided that no person shall be discharged if the medical officer in charge certifies in writing that the person is dangerous and unfit to be at large. That means if the person is applying for the discharge, the medical officer they will assess the condition of the person. If they will feel satisfied, only they will discharge. Otherwise, if they are not satisfied, the person condition it is dangerous to the public means again they will retain the person within in the hospital. Then discharge on request. Any person not being a mentally ill prisoner detained in pursuance of an order who feels that he has recovered from his mental illness may make an application to the magistrate for his discharge from the psychiatric hospital. The application made shall be supported by a certificate either from the medical officer in charge or from a psychiatrist. The magistrate may, after making such inquiry as he may deem fit, pass an order discharging the person or dismissing the application. Discharge of person subsequently found on inquisition to be of sound mind. If any person detained in a psychiatric hospital in pursuance of a reception order is subsequently found on an inquisition to be of sound mind or capable of taking care of himself and managing his affairs, the medical officer in charge shall discharge such person from such hospital or nursing home. Uh, that means starting that person who is in unsound and wandering in the streets, the police people they will get the person and brought to the hospital and they will put the application for the magistrate for the admission. Those persons after recovery they will apply the again uh, application for the discharge after recovery from the illness if they are having the sound mind and they can able to take care themselves and they can manage their properties themselves means then they can apply the discharge and that medical officer in charge uh, they will inspect that person's condition. If they will feel satisfied then they will discharge from the hospital. Then leave or absence. An application for leave of absence may be made to the medical officer in charge by the husband or wife of the mentally ill, relative of the mentally ill person, duly authorized by the husband or wife, by the person on whose application the mentally ill person was admitted. They can apply for the leave for attending the some of the functions. Every application shall be accompanied by a bond undertaking. That means the person who is applying for the leave, a relative or a friend or wife or husband or guardian who was admitted in the psychiatric hospital. If they want leave means again they have to apply for the leave also. Those who are applying they have to give the bond also. Um, this bond contains to take proper care of the mentally ill person. They have to take proper care in the home to prevent the mentally ill person from causing any injury to himself or to the others. The mentally ill person they should not harm to the self and others also. to bring back the mentally ill person to the psychiatric hospital on the expiry of the leave అయిపోకముందే మళ్ళీ వాళ్ళు హాస్పిటల్కి తీసుకురావాలి. Then medical officer in charge may grant leave of absence for the such period and if necessary. And the total number of days shall not exceed 60 days. వాళ్ళు 60 days కంటే ఎక్కువ లీవ్ ఇయ్యరు అనమాట. 60 days వరకు దే విల్ గివ్ లీవ్ బై టేకింగ్ ద leave letter and also giving the bond for proper taking care of the person and also bringing back to the hospital. Then removal. Any mentally ill person other than a voluntary patient subject to any general or special order of the state government be removed from any psychiatric hospital or psychiatric nursing home to any other psychiatric hospital or psychiatric nursing home within the state or to any other state with the consent of the government of the that other state. That means any person, if you want to shift from one hospital to the another hospital or another hospital to one state to another state, you have to take the permission of the central authority. Okay, thank you. This is about the Mental Health Act 1987. This act was replaced the Mental Health Act, Lunatic Act of the 1912. Okay, it is mainly dealing with the terminologies. It was changed the old terms into the new terms in respect of the mentally ill clients, and it was dealing with the admission, discharge, inspection of the mental hospitals, and policies, procedures related to the protection of the properties and rights of the mentally ill clients. Okay, thank you.